Get ready for simple thin hair fixes that refresh your look instantly gorgeous. If you've been struggling with flat, lifeless hair that makes you look older than you feel, you are not alone, and you are not out of options. I research worst hair mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting stop styling your thin hair wrong. 4 simple steps to fix it. You'll look 10 years younger by the end. We're covering the 4 biggest styling mistakes draining your volume, plus the exact fixes that bring it all back. From how you dry your hair to the products silently weighing it down. Every part is a game changer. Stay for the game changer in Part 3. Part 1. The Drying Direction Disaster. Let's talk about Part 1, and most women over 50 overlook this completely. The way you dry your hair is either building volume or destroying it before you even pick up a single styling tool. This one habit change alone can shave 10 years off your look. When fine or thinning hair is dried flat, simply scrunching a towel over the top of your head or letting it air dry straight down, the hair trains itself to lie completely flat against the scalp. The result is a look that emphasizes thinning rather than camouflaging it. Gravity becomes your enemy, and your hair pays the price every single day. Here are 5 solutions that work beautifully for mature women with thin hair. 1. Flip your hair forward while blow drying. This simple directional change lifts the roots away from the scalp and creates natural volume at the crown where mature women need it most. 2. Use a diffuser attachment on a low heat setting. Diffusing preserves whatever natural texture you have while gently lifting the root area without disturbing the hair shaft. 3. Dry only to 80%, then let it finish naturally. Over-drying thin hair removes the last bit of flexibility and causes it to fall completely flat within an hour. 4. Section the hair and dry underneath layers first. Working from underneath lifts those lower layers and creates a foundation of volume that the top layers can rest on naturally. 5. Finish with a cool shot of air pointed upward at the roots. That final cool blast locks the cuticle in a lifted position and extends your volume for hours longer. These 5 approaches can be used together or rotated depending on your schedule and how much time you have on any given morning. The reason drying direction matters so much for thin hair is structural. Fine hair has a smaller diameter and fewer cuticle layers, which means it takes on whatever shape it is dried into very quickly and holds that shape stubbornly. You are quite literally setting the tone for your entire style in those first few minutes. A medium barrel round brush, a quality blow dryer with multiple heat settings, and a diffuser attachment are your 3 essential tools here. Once a week, deep condition to keep fine strands strong and resistant to breakage. You'll love what this simple change does by morning 3. Part 2. The Heavy Product Trap. Welcome to Part 2, and this mistake is silently sabotaging more women over 50 than almost anything else. The products you reach for every morning might feel like they're helping, but for thin mature hair they could be the exact reason your style collapses before noon. Heavy creams, thick serums, and oil-based products that work beautifully on thick or coarse hair are genuinely damaging to the styling efforts of women with fine or thinning hair. They coat each strand with a weight it simply cannot carry, pulling it downward and gluing it to neighboring strands. The result looks greasy, flat, and unfortunately much older. Here are 5 solutions that transform how your hair responds to products. 1. Switch to lightweight mousse applied only at the roots. Mousse gives grip and lift without the coating effect of heavier formulas, making it the #1 friend of thin hair. 2. Use volumizing spray at the root before drying rather than after. Pre-drying application allows the formula to bond with the hair structure while heat is applied rather than sitting on top. 3. Apply any serum or shine product only to the ends and never above the ear. This keeps the shaft and root area completely free from weight while still managing frizz and dryness at the tips. 4. Try a dry texture spray instead of finishing cream. Dry sprays add grip, separation, and a slight grit that actually makes thin hair look fuller and more dimensional without any weight. 5. Use the tiniest amount of product you think you need, then use half of that. Thin hair is unforgiving with product quantity, and less is genuinely more in every single case. These 5 product swaps can be mixed and matched depending on the humidity, your activity level, and how your hair is behaving on any particular day. The science here is beautifully simple. Each strand of fine hair has a smaller surface area and far less structural strength than thick hair. Any formula heavy enough to be visible on the hair shaft is already too heavy. Your hair is begging for formulas light enough to feel like almost nothing. A fine mist bottle for water-based setting sprays, a wide tooth comb for even distribution, and a clean makeup brush for applying dry spray precisely at the part are your best tools. Most overlook this, but rinsing your comb before use removes product buildup that transfers right back into clean, styled hair. Part 3. The flat part problem. Here is Part 3, and this is the game changer you stayed for. Where you place your part is one of the most powerful and most underestimated styling decisions a woman with thinning hair can make. This single change shaves off 10 years, and it takes about 4 seconds to do. A center part is beautiful on thick, full hair. On thinning mature hair, however, it creates a perfectly straight line that draws every eye directly to the scalp on both sides, making the hair appear even thinner than it actually is. A rigid part with no variation also gives the hair a flat, almost pressed down appearance from root to end. Here are 5 solutions that work wonders for mature women with thin hair. 1. Move your part 2 inches to either side of center. A side part immediately creates asymmetry and the natural appearance of volume on the heavier side of the part. 2. Use a rat tail comb to create a slightly zigzag part instead of a ruler straight line. The slight variation breaks the visual line and prevents that flat scalp revealing stripe. 3. Alternate your part location every 2 to 3 days. Changing the part regularly prevents the hair from training into one flat direction and encourages the roots to stand upward. 4. Tease very gently at the root immediately after parting. A subtle lift right at the part line adds visual fullness, right where the scalp is most visible and most aging. 5. Try a deep diagonal part angled from the front hairline toward the back of the crown. This dramatic angle creates significant volume on the swept side and feels immediately modern and current. Each of these approaches can work alone or in beautiful combination depending on your hair length, face shape, and personal style preferences. The reason parting affects perceived volume so dramatically is purely optical. Hair that falls from a part hangs under its own weight. The wider and more deliberate the part location and shape, the more surface area is visible on the scalp and the thinner everything appears. A shifted or textured part reduces visible scalp and maximizes the appearance of fullness immediately. A fine rat tail comb is your essential tool here, along with a lightweight volumizing spray applied directly at the new part line after repositioning. You'll love what a single part change does for your face shape. Part 4. The wrong brush breakdown. This is Part 4. And most women never consider that the brush in their hand might be the thing undoing every other effort they make. For mature women with thinning hair, the wrong brush is not just unhelpful, it is genuinely harmful to both your style and your strands. Paddle brushes, boar bristle flat brushes, and thick plastic vent brushes all have their place in a hair care routine. But using these on thin, fine, or fragile mature hair during styling or blow-drying presses the hair flat, generates static, causes breakage at the root, and strips out the little natural volume you have worked so hard to build. The result is a finished style that looks flat, older, and unfortunately defeated. Here are 5 solutions that protect and enhance thin mature hair through smarter brush choices. 1. Switch to a round brush with a medium barrel for blow drying. The round shape wraps hair around the barrel as you dry, creating a built-in lift and bend that flat brushes simply cannot produce. 2. Use a vented round brush that allows heat to pass through the barrel. This speeds up drying time and reduces heat exposure on fragile strands while still creating volume. 3. For finishing and smoothing, choose a soft cushion brush with widely spaced bristles. Wide spacing prevents the clumping and flattening that packed bristles cause on thin hair. 4. Brush only when hair is completely dry. Brushing damp fine hair stretches the weakened strand and causes breakage at the root over time, visibly thinning the hair further with every session. 5. Use a wide tooth comb for any detangling before brushing to reduce the tension and pulling that lead to unnecessary strand loss throughout the day. These 5 brush and comb approaches work together to protect your existing hair while simultaneously styling it in the most volume-friendly way possible. The reason brush selection matters so profoundly for thin mature hair is mechanical. A brush that is too dense, too flat, Or too aggressive treats each fine strand as if it has the same strength as thick hair. It does not. Fragile strands need tools that lift and guide rather than push and press. A medium round vented brush, a wide tooth comb, and a cushion finishing brush are your essential 3. This shaves off 10 years when used consistently, and you will feel the difference by your very next wash day. Boom, gorgeous, you look 10 years younger. You now have 4 powerful, proven fixes for the most damaging thin hair styling mistakes women over 50 make, and every single one is simple enough to start tomorrow morning. Wear these changes confidently everywhere. Whether it's the way you dry, the products you choose, where you place your part, or the brush in your hand. Each fix builds on the last, and your hair will thank you visibly and beautifully. Like and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, so you never miss a transformation like this one. And comment below, which mistake were you making? We all start somewhere, and you are already ahead.